Asmongold decided to apologize for the crazy things that he said that I agree with, mostly. I think he said some things wrong, but the general point that he was trying to get across, I agree with. And I saw this coming. I think it was kind of needed. I think he I think he messed up and said some things incorrectly based on some incorrect ideas. If you watch my video about it, you'll see what I mean, how I expand on it and how I extend it to everyone is inferior except for Americans. And I think that people say in England should think that England is superior to every other country. Not that I'm actually superior. I just have to think that kind of to keep my country going, you know what I mean? That's all we got. We just have to pretend. And that's kind of what I think Asmongold's doing here. A little bit. Pretending like he is in trouble and that's why he's backing off.
Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you all about what my reason was for getting suspended on Twitch and also what my plans are going forward. I'm going to try and structure this video into two parts, where the first part is going to be me talking about the Twitch suspension, second part is going to be talking about myself. And the first thing I want to start off with is something that I know it might sound a little bit insincere because of how ridiculous this is, but I really mean it, and if you listen to the whole video, I hope you can see why. Everybody who's come and spoken out and talked to me and said stuff about me, aside from the, oh, you should kill yourself or something like that, I want to say that I really appreciate you. And I think this has been something that's a long time coming. And I actually think that this is something that not only I deserved, but it's...
Is it time? Is he finally gonna clean his house? At least a little bit. Is he gonna do it? He's gonna be a very dangerous man if he gets his shit together. He's gonna be the top streamer. He's gonna replace Dr. Disrespect. I'm just kidding. Fuck Dr. Disrespect. I'm just kidding. Fuck Dr. Disrespect. I can barely even say his name. Tongue twister.
It's also something that I needed. And I want to talk about what the reason for that is, but I want to start off and just make sure that that's actually very clear. So a couple of days ago, I made some comments about Palestine and also about Hamas and, some just general, basically opinions that were trivializing the genocide that's happening there. And
I don't know shit about Palestine, but Hamas, big thumbs down.
And I don't really want to mince words or try to oh, I wasn't justifying or promoting it. I said something about it that was disgusting. I said that I didn't care about innocent people getting killed by another force, by anything. And I think that that's a horrible, disgusting, mean-spirited thing to say.
Yeah, he shouldn't have said that. I think that's really what this whole thing is about. What all this drama is about. Drama.
And I don't necessarily think that it was really racist, really. But when I'm using language like Palestinians or like the people there, rather than what my real language was, I've always been very outspoken and very against religious extremism. And I still am. I think
he's got the wrong idea about religions, though, when it comes to religious extremism. Because, yeah, religious extremism is bad, but he likes to lump entire groups of people into religious extremism. Usually Christians, that's what most people like to do.
Religion and any way of thinking that's going to cause you to put other people in kind of positions below you as gay people, women, people with disabilities, anything like that. I think that that's a really bad position to have, and I really don't like that. And I think that my problem and my fault here was that I was making a criticism of religious extremism, and I made no effort. And I feel like almost I've rewatched the clip, right, or a number of the clips, and it's like I've almost made an effort not to draw a distinction between the two things. I think that a lot of us here can easily say that we're against religious extremism, and
True.
I am. But whenever I categorize everybody in the area as this group, then I'm the asshole, and I was the asshole. I had a lot of you guys tell me that. And it's taken me, this is what's so crazy about it, is that
what I think is so crazy is that we're being forced to care by the media and the government about something that's happening on the other side of the world, when we have our own issues here that are going to lead to the same thing that they have over there, that we really need to address and fix before we're worried about some group of people that we only heard about because the media and the government.
I think this has been going on now for like 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, just like I don't really even know what the word is for it. Just like
I know what the word is. Terminally online. You got to get offline a little bit, man. I see them online constantly. You got to pull back. You got to get off the internet a little bit.
like the most mean-spirited, rude, like nasty, like just callous, psychopathic version of myself. I think that
I
I've
think
been
that's going a
devolving
little
into
far.
this. And a lot of my friends have told me this. My dad has told me this. He said, "You've got to chill out. You've got to calm down." I've been like, "Oh, that old man doesn't know what he's talking about," and I've finally had some level of accountability for that, and thank God. I look back at some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think that I've been wrong about everything, obviously, right?
I think he needs a roommate that takes control of the house, where he has no more control of the house. The roommate has control. I think that'd be a really big thing for him.
But there have been ways that I've communicated
Probably a woman.
and ways that I've acted that are indefensible. And I think it's, looking back on it, it's just disgusting. And it's something that when you get lost in the sauce and you get fixated around like listening and reading feedback and, just getting hyper fixated, this is like your entire life, you lose a perspective on reality and you lose a perspective on the world. And I think that that perspective was brought into perspective yesterday and the day before, when I was making comments like this, and I feel so stupid. It's crazy. So I'm getting all these people making negative comments toward me. Everybody is telling me like, "Oh, go kill yourself. I hate you." Everything like this.
First off, fuck the comments. Nobody cares about the comments. You shouldn't care about the comments. Second off, everybody on the internet isn't real. If you get canceled, you let yourself get canceled. That's why I think that Asmongold just kind of let this happen.
Do you know who reached out to me? And they wanted to talk and have a conversation and see if I was okay. It's people that were Islamic and people that had fucking family in Palestine. And how humiliating is that?
Well, they are random people, so you don't know if they're actually good people, for one. And two, yeah, of course they're good people. And these crazy religions like Islam is a crazy religion. But a lot of people don't take it for real. They don't take it literally. They take it metaphorically. So those types of people usually are pretty good people. I know some people that follow Islam that are pretty cool. So, and they are American, so I think that they are equal. If they were not American, they would not be equal. You see what I'm talking about now? You see what I'm saying? You're picking up what I'm throwing down. America #1. And flag right there. I got a flag over there too. Japan's close second.
How absolutely humiliating is that? And these were the people I was trying to say were bad. And I feel like such a fucking stupid asshole. I really do.
Well, you kinda are, but that's why we love you. Need to clean your house though.
I've always been I guess like I've always been kind of like an atheist, and even as a young kid, I was raised Roman Catholic, and I was always very defiant towards it. And I've always had a negative opinion of religion, and I've also had a negative opinion of religious cultures. And I think that really, I think that opinion is definitely shaped by the media that I've created, and the media I've created for myself, and then also just the media that exists, the media that I've chose to seek out as well. And I think that that media has allowed me to have certain predispositions and certain biases that the truth is that don't have any sort of relation to what my own real life has been experienced.
Well, I would disagree with a lot of that. A lot of the political stuff does actually affect you. But a guy like Asmongold, there's not really much he can do about it other than rile everybody up. And that's how you get all these companies that are owned by the government and these media corporations. That's how you get them to cancel you. That's how you get them to shut you down. And I think that's why he's making this apology, along with he wants to pull back. He's doing too much. He's not able to actually do real life stuff. He's becoming a workaholic. He's got himself into a Click situation. You know, Click, Adam Sandler. It's a good movie.
Or my own real life experience has been, excuse me. And so I've been spending a lot of time talking to those people, and I've seen people like fans of mine, like I had viewers messaging me on Discord, like, you know, why are you saying this? Like, do you want to talk? Do you want to, like, you know, I'm willing to talk to you, and, like, you know, like, let's try to work this out, right? We love you. And I scrolled up on their messages, and these are people that messaged me in like 2016, 2017, 2018, like, I love your content, I love your stream, I love you, right? And now they get to hear this from me, and I just feel like such a stupid, belligerent fucking asshole. I really do, and I'm sorry. I really am. I think that it's extremely fair to criticize religious extremism, and I think that it's extremely unfair to categorize everybody in part of that group as religious extremists. I think it is, and I'm really sorry for that. I've just been a fucking dick.
Well, there's another for the YouTuber apology memes. It's technically he's a YouTuber. This is on YouTube. He's banned from Twitch right now.
And it's weird because yesterday I woke up and I didn't know if I was going to get suspended or not, and I had planned on streaming and everything, and I actually got a text message from one of my mods. They said, "Oh, I heard about the suspension, I'm sorry." And I was like, I remember I was like driving, and like, you know, you'd think that like your heart rate would go up, but if anything, I felt more relaxed. I felt like finally I have a moment to just take a step back and breathe and think for myself. And
that's what I thought when it happened. I was like, this guy is just going to take a break. It's just going to be a vacation for a little bit.
And just stop, just like get out of my own head. And I spent a long time like just writing basically a list of all of these things that like I think that I should be doing with my life. And this is going to be kind of the second part, by the way, of the video. Comments that I made were pretty much about religious extremism. I think it's bad, but I've categorized a lot of people in that way that was unfair. It's wrong for me to have done that.
True.
I said something that was bad. I should not have said that.
This is a big problem I've actually had with Asmongold in the past, when he just generalizes entire religions as religious extremism. Because I'm a Christian. Not the kind of Christian that he grew up in. More of a Baptist. I go to a Free Will Baptist church, so kind of mixed with Pentecostal a little bit.
Should have chosen my words more carefully. I didn't do that. I doubled down on it. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. That's pretty much, I was a fucking asshole. I was a piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. And so, actually, I do know what else to say. I don't like making apologies because I think words don't matter.
True.
But
I think this apology doesn't matter. I think he could have done without it. He could have just had a 2-minute video being like, I'm stepping back. I'm quitting everything except for streaming. I'm sorry. I said some dumb shit.
I do think changed actions and changed behaviors do. And so you can take my apology as hopefully better content. And if you're not seeing that, I want you to hold me accountable.
This man is about to be very dangerous. He's about to be very, very dangerous. Because he's going to fix his words to where it's going to be really hard for people to hate him and not look stupid. This was a slip up. He shouldn't have ever brought it up. It wasn't his realm to talk about. And he's going to be very dangerous. He's coming for top spot. He's going to be the true king of the streamers.
Hopefully this time I won't be stupid enough to ignore it.
The one true king.
Mouth is pretty dry. Anyway, so the second part about this is that I want to talk a little bit about like my life, my personal life, etc., and kind of some of the points that I think that I've kind of gone through to get here. So the main thing is that for the past, like, I would say like 10 years or so, if you look at my life like this, I would have said 10 years ago or maybe 8 years ago, streaming was like this, right? YouTube was like this. And now I would say that my life and streaming are basically the exact same size. And what I mean by that is that streaming is my entire life. Doing this is my entire existence. And I think that the process of that has been extremely unhealthy for me. And I think that what it's done is that it's allowed me to become such a one-dimensional person that I'm not even a person anymore. It's like I'm in Dark Souls, I'm going hollow or something. And I think about like all of the, like I made a list of all of the things that I'm not doing in my life that I should be doing. And I was writing it down and I'm like, fucking like, I'm just going and going and going. I'm like, oh my God, I think it'd be shorter if I transcribed the Bible. Like,
True. I do this every day. I write lists every day. I have notebooks and notebooks of lists. I've got 2 notebooks right here that are just full of lists, just random lists. I just write things in them every single day just to get my thoughts out. Writing lists or writing it all is a good idea, just to get things out, just to know what your goals are and know what you need to do to get them done.
this is insane. Like, like, whenever I have everything written down line for line, it's like, oh my God, I'm ruining my life. I've been existing and I want to, at a certain point, actually try to live my life. And I don't think that I've been doing that. And so, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that differently? And what does that mean for my stream, etc.? I think that I'm going to cut down a little bit on streaming quite as much. And I think I'm also going to cut down. This is going to sound like I hope I can say this in the right way. I feel like the main times that I laugh on my stream nowadays are when I'm laughing at other people. And I look back on videos that I did from 2020, 2016, and 17, and yeah, I've always been an asshole, but holy shit, I've been way more of an asshole. It's insane. And it's a night and day difference. And I've had, again, everybody in the world telling me this, including my own dad.
Can't wait to see what this dude's comeback is gonna look like. How long is he suspended? I didn't even check.
And I've just ignored them. And finally, it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe this is too far. Maybe
I'm
I
an
need
asshole.
A course correction, which is why I think that like getting suspended in this, I hope that it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And I don't know whether that's going to be true, but I'm going to try to do things differently and make sure to live up to that reality. And so, what are those things that I'm going to be doing differently? The first thing is that I think I'm going to try. I've been very much trying to like maintain a consistent schedule with my stream, and I will continue to do that. I want to get up and go to bed at relatively the same time. I want to live a normal life, and also I want to spend maybe a little bit less time streaming, and I want to spend more time creating my own videos and doing my own things and spending time on things that I really enjoy, and basically just like expanding my existence as a person. I think that ever since I started like OTK and I got involved with that, and then we had like other Starforge and like Mad Mushroom and Mythic and everything, like honestly, it's been too much for me to handle. It's been completely too much for me to handle, and I've been losing my mind dealing.
Yeah, I saw this coming. Long time ago. He's just running too many things. He's doing too many things. You see this guy's house? You think that this guy has the right mind to be running all these companies? No.
With it, and I try to hide it the best I can, because I try to do the best, right? I try to do my best. It doesn't matter
Sure
how
don't
hard
look
it gets,
like
you
it.
just keep going. It doesn't matter, and eventually it does matter. And I think that I've negatively affected a lot of them, and I also don't want to talk about that just in the context of just like this recent controversy. I want to talk about this in the context of the last 2 years. I think that I haven't really been able to fulfill my responsibilities as a leader in a lot of cases to them, and I think that I've let a lot of people down. And there have been things that I've done that are positive as well, but I think that one thing this thing has taught me, this whole situation has taught me, it's made me realize, is that I need to get myself in check. I need to get my mind under control. I need to, like, just get my life to... I need to fix my fucking life. Like, it's insane. Like, I think about it and it's in shambles.
Bro is having a midlife crisis right now, straight up.
Everything about my life is basically fucked. And I'm going to take a step
Except
back
the
from
money.
all of that. I'm going to step away from my leadership position and OTK and Starforge and everything. I want to, and they're fine with that. They respect that, and I want to do this. And I want to do this not only for them but mainly for myself.
A lot of people are saying that no, actually, Asmongold got fired. I don't think that's the case. Usually, when companies say that, like, we're mutually parting ways, it means that they really got fired behind the scenes. I don't think that's the case with this. Because it was his company. Like, he could stay. Good example, the Quartering, Temple, those are political guys, but still good examples. They have companies that have nothing to do with their political stuff, nothing to do with their main stuff. It's just like nothing to do with them. They have coffee companies, they have whatever companies, skateboarding companies. The Quartering is one of the people that are saying that Asmongold got fired, and I don't think that's what happened. I've been seeing this coming for a long time. I think Asmongold was gonna end up leaving at least one or two, or all of them eventually, anyway, because he's just not the kind of guy, at least right now, that can handle all of that.
So I can be a better version of myself for everyone. And I want to apologize to all you guys, my viewers, that I don't think I've lived up to that. I think that I can be a lot better than what I am right now. And I don't even think that I've been putting in half the effort that I should be in the way that I should be. And I'm sorry. And so my plan is to, when I get unbanned, I'll keep streaming regularly, right? And I want to focus more on trying to do things that are fun, trying to laugh more with people rather than at people. I'll still laugh at people every once in a while, okay? Like let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But it's about a focus and it's about a tone.
Literally just get away from the political stuff. That's it. I think that's all he's gonna do is just get away from political stuff. And if something's bad, he's just gonna stay away from it unless it's really, really bad, you know? It's just like you can't get around it.
I listen to my tone in the clip and I just sound like such a piece of shit. Really, at the end of the day, I sound like a piece of shit. I sound like a terrible person. And it's just so mean spirited and callous and just mean. And I don't want to be
Which
that
is
person
cool.
anymore. And
You can be mean spirited and callous and an asshole. I like a lot of people would who people would call an asshole. Some of those people are cool, man. Some of those people are honest. Some of those people will help you build your house if it burns down. Some of those people are funny. Some people just don't want to be that. I'm not really an asshole. I don't really want to be that. I just think it's funny to call myself an asshole.
uh, I've spent a long time growing up. The time I did, I was an r/atheism enjoyer. I have a very negative opinion of a lot of religions. I've had the experience firsthand of the negative effects of Christianity and the way that I view that. And I've always read a lot of very bad things about Islam, and I've made a lot of criticisms of it. I've talked to a lot of people about it. I've heard a lot about it, and I've been like watching things about it, and I've been like hearing people telling me this is the way it is, but I've never seen it. And I actually think that after all this, I think towards the end of next year, I think I'd like to visit the Middle East and see it for myself.
Me too.
I want to see it for a
I wish I could do
historical
that.
perspective, right? I would love to go to Istanbul in Turkey. There's no ulterior motive there at
Make Istanbul Constantinople again.
all. But it's not just that. I'd love to visit places like Saudi Arabia, Dubai, any of the other places. I mean, the truth is that, and this is the worst thing about what I said, um, some of the places that I would want to visit, I might not be able to because of the way that they're like just the internal strife, the actual literal wars that are going on, people being literally killed there, and I might not be able to do that. But I want to do it and I want to see it for myself because I don't like believing what people tell me. And I think that when I do, I end up being a fool. And I want to see it. I want to see it for myself and I want to experience it. And I want to live my life.
Well, you can't really see it and experience it unless you go to the places where all the war is. You're going to get a false perspective if you're seeing all the nice places where you're allowed to be as an American tourist.
And I'm going to try to, like, I don't know, like clean up part of my house. I'm going
There
to try
we
to
go.
do this,
Let's
and
go.
I'm not going to hire a cleaner. As I said, I was raised Roman Catholic. I view this as a penance. And
Get Tectone in there. Get Tectone and Mizkif. Let's throw a Mizkif in there. Why not? And at least Tectone. Help you clean. I think you gotta make some content out of it, or not. You know, whatever boats your float.
I think I need to do this for myself. I need to take accountability for bad things that I've done and for letting my life get this out of control. And I don't need a get out of jail free card. So I need to do that for myself and for my own closure as well. And I think also I want to live for the idiots out there that they're like looking to me to be a role model, right? Oh, not a good idea. But there are people that will see that and they'll think maybe to themselves, maybe I should do the same thing. And if I can do that for one person, well, I've already done it for myself. I've already done a good thing, and so it could only get better. And so that's what my plan is. I'm going to try to like rethink my life. I have had a lot of people reach out to me, people I would have never expected reach out to me in ways that I never expected. And I understand that like I'm still very critical about religious fundamentalism, right? But when you paint with such a broad brush that you just include an entire group of people, you're just being a you're being a piece of shit. It's like
You're
people
being
said
a
it was
moron.
racist. I didn't mean it as racist, but if you listen to what I said, it's easy that you could assume that. So easy. And so I'm just a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking moron. I've been an
Hey,
asshole.
there
I
we
think
go.
I've devolved for the last 2 years. I think that I've negatively affected other people too, in ways that I hate. I don't even hate to say this. Like I think I need to say this. I need to say it more. I've negatively affected people in ways that I regret. I think whenever I go back live again, I'll probably talk about that more. And like there's some just different people I kind of want to apologize to, and take accountability for things that I've said and done that have negatively affected other people in ways that were unfair and wrong. And that's what my plan is. That's about it. I want to say that I hope that now, after you've heard what I have to say, that a lot of you all can see kind of why I'm saying that I appreciate this. I really think that this is something I needed, and I hope that this is the next part of the rest of my life. And I want you guys to hold me accountable to that. So if I'm being a fucking asshole again, if I'm being mean, if I'm just being callous, acting like a psychopath, just treating people awfully outside of a WoW raid when they get killed by fire, but really laughing at people's misfortune, try to say, man, just chill the fuck out, stop it. Just stop. And I'm gonna do my best to listen. I spent 2 years ignoring it, and look where it got me. This is not even the tip of the iceberg of the problems in my life. And I want to thank everybody for making me aware that that's the case. And hopefully I can avoid the iceberg, right?
Yeah, hating on everything constantly and seeing nothing but hate constantly. Not good for your mental health.
Right? And so I want to say that's pretty much about all I've got. I'm sorry for a lot of people I let down, not just with comments like this, but also just with the way I've been doing things in general. I think that you guys deserve a much better version of me than what you've been getting, and I hope that I can live up to that in the future. And I don't even want to think about it in the future, right? As soon as I get unbanned, the best apology is better content, change behavior, and that's what I hope to do. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna focus on myself for a while, try to improve my own life, and there's a lot of things I think, again, I'll probably talk about more whenever I go live again, that are like more kind of just like kind of in the weeds, like personal stuff. But overall, that's the big picture. That's where I'm at. And so anyway, that's about all I've got, and I'll see you guys soon. I'm gonna try to just take this time off to really kind of fix my shit. So yeah, anyway, guys, that's about it. I'll see you later. Bye.
So I give that a 7 out of 10. I give him a 7 out of 10 for an apology. That's about the highest score that I could give an apology, because I wouldn't apologize. If this were happening to me, I probably would have doubled down and embraced the hate, but I also wouldn't have said what he said like that. I would have made it very clear that America, #1, everybody else number 2. And there is no number 3, it's just number 1 and number 2. And you can't be number 1 unless you're America. Till we get our shit together, at least. We can be the world police again. Team America. Woo!